Hey guys, it's Cheyenne and welcome back to Positively Cheyenne. Today we are going to go over what to expect in your SSA hearing, okay? And I know that a lot of things are telephonic, but they're going to be starting to open up again and do in-person hearings. And since I was a court reporter for the SSA, I wanted to go over what to expect on your hearing day. So I know that a lot of different offices, we call them field offices, they're set up all differently. Ours is on like the third floor, and at every single field office there is a security guard. So when you walk up, you are not allowed to bring anything. Do not bring your cell phone. Leave your handbag, at the car if you need to. If you have medication and stuff like that, bring that. But you need to leave everything downstairs in your car unless you just bring your ID, and if you have medications or things of that nature. You cannot bring your cell phone upstairs. That's just for security purposes. They will send you all the way back down if you do bring it. So, and I know some of you, not all of you have a car, so I know if you have someone that can come with you, bring them so that they can, sit outside and wait and hold your belongings if need be. But that's the first thing. You're going to sign in to let us know, keep a log of who has entered in and out of the field office. And if you are represented, there are different things that if you're unrepresented versus a represented case. So you're going to go ahead and sit down in the lobby and either wait for your attorney to show up, or if you are there without an attorney, the first person that you're going to meet with is me. I'm a court reporter, or a hearing reporter, whatever each field office, they kind of call us different things. But we are court reporters. So what we do is we transcribe the hearing. We operate all of the hearing equipment and the recording equipment. And we go ahead and process all legal forms for that day. If you are unrepresented, we go over your medical records in your file, A through F. And if you have any evidence that you needed to turn in, I will go ahead and collect that and take it to the judge. But I will keep in mind that if you do decide to go through with your hearing that day and you are unrepresented, if this is your second time there, you have to go through with the hearing. If it is your first time here and you don't have an attorney and you wish to postpone, you can. You have that right. The court reporter is supposed to go over your rights to representation. Some judges want them to not do it and wait till they get into the hearing room to give you your options. But you are able to postpone the very first time for your hearing one time. They will give you a postponement so that you can find representation. Remember, in disability law, the attorneys are paid based on contingency. It's contingency based, so they only get paid if you win, and it is 25% or $6,000, whichever is less. So I advise you to get an attorney. I advise you to get a local attorney and not a big box firm, because you are just a number to those people. Now, that is not to say that I don't like the attorneys who work for these big box firms, because I think they are really great people, but their system for helping clients is not in the most efficient manner, and it is not in the benefit of the claimant. Some of you guys just meet your attorney the very first day. You've had a 5-minute conversation with them and you have no idea what the hell is going to happen. And you guys are going up against judges who have been attorneys for years and are skilled and know the law like the back of their hand, or they should. And so I highly suggest that you guys get an attorney. So they will go over your rights to representation, and you can go ahead and postpone that hearing. If it is your second time and you come back without an attorney, you have no choice. You're going to go ahead and go through with that hearing. Understand that there is a 5-day rule that you can turn in evidence up until the 5th day before your hearing. Please don't come in on the day of and submit evidence. You will get yelled at. You will get talked to. They do not like that, and they are not going to read it right then and there. Some have. Most will not. So try to make sure that you have all of your evidence in, and so that they can attach it to your e-file at least 5 days before your hearing. So that's the first step. So you're gonna meet with me. I'm gonna get your name, your address, your phone number, make sure that it's all up to date. I'm gonna see if your attorney's here. If your attorney is not here, then, you know, I relay the message back to the judge and we continue to wait, or, you know, whatever. If you are unrepresented, then that is when we're going to go into the conference room for 5 to 10 minutes. I'm going to go over your medical records. I'm going to say, hey, is anything missing? If anything is missing, I'm going to write down what facility it was, what are the dates of service. And I'm going to have you fill out what we call an 827, which is a medical release form for the SSA, so that we can get your records on your behalf. So I'm going to have you fill that out. They may even make you fill out a claimant medication form and a claimant medical treatment form, so that you guys can list where you've gone, the dates of service, and you can also list the medications that you're on and those dosages. So we'll go over all of that, and then you guys are just going to basically wait until it is your time to go. And we're going to go ahead and go. If you guys do have an attorney and the attorney shows up, then you guys get to have 5 to 10 minutes in this conference room alone to go over your testimony shaping right before the hearing, so that you guys are kind of, you know, have a fresh mind going in there. When you walk in, there will be a vocational expert. They are an expert in jobs. They are there to give testimony based on the limitations that the judge is going to give based on your impairments. They are going to let them know if you are able to perform any work in the national economy. And they do give jobs. They usually give 3 jobs for each for each hypothetical. A hypothetical is basically it's limitations that the judge gives you based on your impairments to see if you can perform a job. So it's basically just a theory. Hey, what if there was a claimant this age, this education level, and they could not sit or stand for 10 minutes, or they can't walk, or they can't sit, or they can't stand. You know, is there any work for them in the national, things of that nature. They're going to give them basically an example of a hypothetical person that has your impairments and your limitations, to see if you are able to perform work in the national economy. If you can, and they do find jobs that fit that description, they will give them 3 jobs, I'm sorry. They're also going to give them a job number, and they're going to list how many jobs there are in the national economy. So that is what a vocational expert is. If you guys have medical experts, they are usually by phone. I've only had a couple that show up in person, and I will be honest, judges do not like medical experts. Because what you guys don't understand is these are administrative law judges. They are not doctors. They don't speak that lingo, even though they are kind of in the medical field, legal field. They don't understand all of the certain terminology that a doctor will bring to the table. So that is not their favorite testimony to hear. But if you have a medical expert, then they will be either seated in there or by phone. I will say this as a word of advice: if you do need a medical expert testimony, let your attorney know to let the judge and the SSA field office know ahead of time, because we have to schedule extra time for those hearings. Even if you have witnesses, when I check in with you and I get, basically an attendance roll call of who's here and who's not, if you bring a witness, I have to state who they are, and we need to allow extra time for those witnesses as well. A hearing is usually between 45 minutes to an hour. I've seen them shorter, but on the average, that is how long it is. So we need to know who's coming in that's going to be a witness for your case and things of that nature, so that we can allow extra time. So the judge will obviously be at a level higher sitting in the courtroom than you, and then there will be you, your attorney, Usually witnesses are not allowed to be in the room at the same time as the claimant is, because we want to, you know, ask questions separately so we can kind of, you know, compare notes and make sure that everything is on the up and up, right? The only time that usually, all judges are different, and I'm going to make a separate video for kid cases, but the only times that a witness is allowed to be in there sometimes is when it is involving a child who's under 18. So when we go in, again, expert, if there is one, vocational expert, me, the claimant, maybe someday, me, the court reporter, the judge, and your attorney and you. There usually is water right there because we know that sometimes with certain medications that you guys have cotton mouth, or, you know, you're nervous. It's a nervous time, we understand, but please guys, understand this, and this is a little sidetrack. These judges are just people like you and me. I know that they're viewed as like demigods, you know, and they kind of control a lot of things and the decisions that you guys are going before them. But understand that they are just people like you are. Try to calm your nerves. You guys are going in there for something that you need. So just try to be calm. Tell your story with as much authenticity as you can. That's what they want. So there will be water there. There will be tissues there because we obviously know that things can get emotional when you guys are rehashing certain details of your life. So we will go on the record. It is recorded. It's not video recorded, but it is recorded via audio. And then I'm going to go ahead and type things that you guys are saying, the questions. A lot of times the judges will give an introduction. They'll announce who they are and who's in the room. And they will either present the questions themselves to the claimant and then have their attorney follow up, or they will give the floor to the attorney and the attorney will ask you the initial questions, and then it'll go to the judge to, you know, cross-reference any sort of questions and things of that nature. The next part will go to the vocational expert. You will not speak during this time as a claimant. You will not speak. You guys, I tried to explain to you what's going to happen at, you know, a few minutes ago, but don't talk during this, even if you don't understand what's going on. Your attorney, if they have ran testimony shaping with you and they are a good attorney, they would have explained all of this to you going forward, right? So during that time, you will not speak. The judge will give usually 3 hypotheticals and see if there are any jobs that you could perform in the national economy. They will also initially go over your past work. Any past work that you've done over the last 15 years, they will give a hypothetical and say, well, can they perform their past work, yes or no? So at the end of that testimony with the vocational expert, then your attorney will have the opportunity to cross-examine the vocational expert and kind of debunk, you know, certain things that they've said regarding the jobs, or when they were, you know, updated, or if there's been a change and things of that nature. They will go over that, and then the attorney will give a closing statement if they feel necessary. They are also able to give an opening statement at the beginning of their portion of the introduction of the hearing. But they'll give a closing statement. The judge will then close out and, you know, thank everyone for coming and say that you will be notified via USPS in the mail of your decision. And it can take a couple months, guys. We've seen it, you know, happen sooner. Sometimes there are on the record decisions. Sometimes there are, you know, decisions given right away. But that is not the norm. And please don't ask. Please don't ask. Don't ask. The telephonic hearings are a little bit different. I know that, you know, with technology, it's super fun. But I'll be honest, you know, based on my own opinion and what I've seen, and I know these judges on a personal level. So I know that many of them do not like telephonic hearings. They do not even like the vocational experts to call in telephonically. They don't. They want everybody to be in person. They have had telephonic hearings on very rare occasions. They do have video hearings where the attorney does have their own IP, so they can appear by video with their claimant. There are NHC hearings, which is from the National Hearing Center. They are basically kind of an overflow system to help out, you know, when we're behind in hearings. We have way too, because Orlando is one of the central stations, you know, the main central hub for, you know, Florida for all of these hearings. So we have people that travel, you know, an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours to get to our hearing office. So it is, you know, we're very, very busy. So the National Hearing Center, they are basically judges that are in a home, not in a home base, but they are in a building, but they only appear, they are in their little office and they appear by video. And so those are video hearings where I will be present, you will be in person present with me, and your attorney will be, and then the judge will appear by video. So those are, you know, those are the little things, but they, you know, I know that I've heard from different attorneys during this pandemic that, you know, there's been more denial rates. Some have had better odds, but there have been more denial rates because these judges really do want to see you guys in person. They want to, you know, see the emotion. They want to see how you are, see how you act, you know, and make sure that everybody is being honest and forthright. Unfortunately, the system, there are people who take advantage of it. I mean, there's plenty of people who take advantage of it, and it's sad. They take time and they take money away from those who need it. So we want to make sure that everybody is on the up and up with what's going on. So that's it, guys. I just wanted to give you a little bit of a brief, like I said, summary of what goes on during, you know, the hearing day. I did do an interview with Walter Knott on his channel. He's a great disability attorney in the Orlando area. He also helps out other states. So if you guys, you know, I'm not sure what all states he's doing now, but I know that he's not just sticking with Florida. And he's a great attorney. He's so compassionate. He is a go-getter. He's thorough, and he never treats you like a number. You will never have to sit there and wait for him to get back to you. You actually talk to him. You don't sit there and talk to, you know, this person and that person, and then you meet him on the day of your hearing. He's not one of those kinds of guys. So, but I did do a interview with him on his channel, so you guys should go check it out. It was really cool. We laughed. It was a good time. But I appreciate you guys sticking with me here throughout this video. I'm gonna go ahead and make another video pertaining to kids hearings and what to expect on kid hearing days, and then I'm going to go ahead and do one more video that talks about the 5 don'ts, the 5 things that you should not do on your hearing day. Okay, so tune into that. If there is anything that you guys would like to see from me, please comment below. Any video suggestions or things like that. Sorry guys, I'm getting tired. It's been a long day. I was at AAU with my son, and it is 11:18 on a Sunday, so my brain is starting to shut it down. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and make those next 2 videos, and I really appreciate all of you guys so much for sticking with me and all the love and support that you guys give me and Walter's channel. We really appreciate it. I know that things have been tough, and it's hard to know where you can go to get the facts and the truth. And we're really, really happy that you guys chose us. You know, we're not in it for all the other reasons that some of these people are doing with their clickbait titles and things of that nature. We are for the people. We've always been. That's our mission, is to help as many people as we can. And we're sticking to that. So we thank you so much for all the love and support. And I hope to see you guys here next time on Positively Cheyenne. I want to say the price is right, but I'm not Bob Barker. So thank you guys so much. Enjoy the rest of your night. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, love each other, love people, be kind, spread kindness. Go do it now. Please make this world a better place. I'll see you guys later. Enjoy your night and smile. Love you guys. Mwah. Good night.